Get off. Go on, get. Hi again folks, how's all doing? I'll just get rid of her. There we go. Yeah, so I was at the Falkirk Model Railway exhibition at the weekend there. It was a lot of fun because an awful lot of people came up and said hello, which got quite funny at one point. It was almost like a little meet and greet. But yeah, it was really nice to see everyone, and hello again to everyone that came up and spoke to me. A lot of the people were people who'd sent me locomotives in the past, so it was nice to put some faces to names. As soon as I went in the door, I bumped into a chap called Frank, and I met him at Model Rail Scotland earlier in the year, and he very kindly gave me this picture of the Caledonian single. So thanks very much again to Frank for that. But did I buy anything? I mean, you can't go to these things and not buy anything, can you? So yes, I did. I got some coaches from a 125, which I've been meaning to do for a while because, you know, it looked a bit silly just running with two coaches. So I've got a few more now, so it looks the part, so I'll probably run this a lot more often now, I think. I also got some wee odds and ends, such as flour tubs, portaloos, beer kegs, bins, and a few other things, courtesy of my sisters. They also bought me 3 other coaches, which they're keeping back as a Christmas present for me. So we'll get to see these at the end of next month. My son bought me some seagulls and some geese. I'm quite sure he's got an ulterior motive there, so we'll see what nonsense he gets up to in the layout with them. But I bought myself a treat as well, and you know, I missed getting a brand new locomotive for my 300th video. And you know, I had a few locos in mind when I went to Falkirk there, thinking, well, if I see one, you know, I may well pick it up. And one of those locomotives that I was looking for was a Bachmann Class 150 in Scotrail livery, and I saw this one in the Barbie livery and just decided it was coming home with me. This isn't brand new, but seems to be in excellent condition. Came as new in its original box. I've already given it a test run and it seems okay. It had the usual Bachmann DMU couplings, as does my 158, but unlike the 158, there was an unacceptable gap between the cars. So I swapped them out for magnetic couplings, and that's made the coupling much closer. It looks much better. Also easier to lift on and off the track as well. So this is a 3-car DMU, and it's the middle car that's powered. I'm pretty sure what's inside here will be, you know, exactly the same as what's in the Class 158. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this to the bench and open it up, just to check that the worm gears are lubricated and the drive shafts, and there's no big clumps of fluff and gunk in here like there was with the Class 158. I bought this from the Junction Box stall, who apparently have a pretty good reputation. I haven't bought anything from them before, but yeah, it seems to be in pretty good nick, and just, you know, having a wee spy inside, it seems pretty clean. But let's get it opened up and we'll have a wee look. Okay, so as I said, I'm just going to open this up to check it over, but you could see when I was running it there that it was pulling about 400 milliamps. And it really should only be pulling about 200, I think. My Class 158 pulls about 200. So, yeah, I mean, it's maybe just what it does, but I just think it's running a wee bit less efficient than it should be. So, let's undo the screws. So, screws out, we'll get some cocktail sticks into it. Going to come out of that. Oop, peeling. There we go. Nothing connected to the body. That's good. Right. Okay. Let's get a wee look. So it all looks pretty clean. There is grease in the gears isn't that horrible sticky stuff. I picked up a probe at Falkirk as well. That seems okay. Right, I'm going to go and stick this back in the layout and just try running it, just this car on its own, and see how many amps it pulls. Okay, so interestingly, on its own, that power car is pulling about 250 milliamps, which I would say is fine, which I'm quite relieved at, because I really didn't want to go taking these power bogies apart and getting into the gears. I did it with the 158 and it's not much fun. So I think what the problem is that there is so much resistance on these wheels because of the pickups. It's yeah, just making the motor do a bit more work than it should. So I'm going to have a look at these and see if we can get the a bit less resistance. Like that wheel there is quite stiff. So I think if I could just take some of the tension off the pickups, hopefully it'll help things a bit. So let's get that out of the way just now. So I think what I'll do is I'll add a bit of grease to the worm gears. Just because I'm in here, it won't do any harm to give it a bit of fresh silicone grease just to help it along a bit. And then I think this is good to go. There really isn't much I can do with this. It's certainly not worth taking the power bogies apart. There's a wee bit of fluff on some of these pickups, but nothing drastic. It's still in an awful lot better condition than my 158 was. Yeah, we could maybe give the wheels a wee bit of a clean. Yeah, these wheels have not had any attention for a while. Right, okay, so power car gets a clean bill of health, but let's have a look at these dummy cars. There's probably not much point in taking it all apart, to be honest, because it looks like these will just clip on and off. Like that. And then we can lift these out and get a wee look at them. I think if we give them a wee clean, and we'll get a tiny wee spot of oil. Come on, out come. Tiny wee spot of oil on these. Just to get some lubrication on there. We'll give the wheels a wee scoosh and wipe with a cotton bud just to make sure they're nice and clean on the inside as well. And I think we'll put a tiny wee spot of oil on there. There we go. And we'll do the same for this end, and we'll do the same for the other car as well. Yeah, that's better. It wasn't doing that before. If you did that, it just instantly stopped. Right, I'll just show you with this one before I clean it. It's not very free running. There's an awful lot of resistance on the wheels. So we'll do the same cleaning process. Hopefully that'll sort that, and hopefully it'll run. Yeah, if it runs about 300 milliamps, that's fine. Quite happy with that. Yeah, see, that axle's quite tight. Fluff edge. I don't think this is anything I would blame the seller for. You know, it's still, still in good running order, but just not quite as good as it could be. And when you've got an amp meter and you see 400 milliamps on a model like this, you think, that's not quite right. But I wouldn't expect the seller to get an amp meter out and test it like that. As long as it's clean and appears to be running okay and there's no damage, then that's as far as they're going to check it. But you know, it's something to be mindful of when buying used models. You know, even from a reputable seller at these exhibitions, you might still need to do a wee bit of work on the model to get it absolutely right. Right, how does this freewheel now? Yeah, that's better. Okay, let's go and run it again. Right, let's see what it does now. So it's now just under 300 milliamps. That's a lot better. So there we are, that's my Class 150 running a bit more efficiently now by about, well, just over 100 milliamps. The pickups on the two dummy cars just had too much tension on them. You know, they were bending out too much, so I just bent them back in a bit to take the pressure off the wheels and cleaned the axles, put some lubrication in, and that made the two dummy cars roll a bit easier and reduced the load on the power car. I could probably get the current draw down a wee bit more if I adjusted the pickups on the power car as well, because they're probably the same, you know, quite a bit of resistance on them. But at just under 300 milliamps, that's absolutely fine. The Class 158 there pulls about 200 milliamps, so the Class 150 with its extra car, yeah, you expect it to pull a wee bit more. So that's absolutely fine. Nice to see my HSD 125 running there with its extra coaches as well. So all in all, yeah, result. So there we go, that was my acquisitions from the Falkirk Model Railway exhibition. I hope to be at the exhibition in Paisley in a couple of weeks' time. I don't think I'll be buying a brand new locomotive, having just bought the 150. But you know, I'll certainly pick up some wee odds and ends. Now that the layout's developing, you know, just buying silly little things like you know, flowers and beer kegs and benches and stuff like that. It's kind of fun, you know, and it's the exhibitions are great places to pick up all those little odds and ends. So we shall see what Paisley provides. My next video I hope to be a layout update video. This section of the layout has kind of stalled me a little bit. You can see I've cut a sort of a little gorge here, and I've got a little culvert at the bottom, but I'm going to have a road going across here, and I've been trying to find a bridge, a suitable bridge to fit across there, because I need to fit that in before I start doing the plastering and stuff. But I've kind of struggled to find one that's really suitable, but I think that the Pico bridge will do it, although it's meant to be a rail bridge. I think it will work as a road bridge as well. So I've ordered one of them and see how that works. And if I get that in, then I'll be ready to do another layout update video soon. I've got a number of locomotives sitting waiting to be looked at that were donated to me. So I'll feature those in videos soon. Whether I've got time to do any repair requests between now and Christmas, I'm not sure. As I say, I really need to get on with this layout. And I've got those donations to look at, and there's another donation coming that's kind of taking me by surprise. I don't want to give anything away about that at the moment, but yeah, it's quite a special one. So there we are, I'm going to give my Class 150 another good run. Thanks again to everyone who came up to speak to me at Falkirk, and thanks to Frank for the picture again. Okay folks, catch you later.